Alright, welcome back. So, in this one, let's talk about actual skill points, right? So, there are a lot of builds, there are a lot of opinions, there are a lot of right ways you can do this. Only wrong way is when you decide that is when it's not a build you wanted to do or it doesn't work for you anymore. Okay? So, with that already being said, your skill tree is 100% up to you based on your play style. When you're playing with other people, it does make it a little bit easier when certain people can spec into certain items, certain skills. That way, they can craft and/or make certain things for like the whole group. When you're playing solo, eventually you're gonna have to rely on finding the schematic and/or unlocking the perk itself. So, day one, the a lot of the common ones that people recommend for day one would be under strength. Sexual Tyrannosaurus is a great one. It actually increases your stamina, helps out with your stamina a lot. You will want something into a weapon of some sort, and pretty much each skill tree is going to specialize in some sort of weapon, whether of sorts. The Electrocutioner is actually more for the stun baton, which is a melee weapon. So you have your Deadeye sniper rifle, demolitions, expert, your javelin master, shotgun. Pummel Pete is your melee clubs, which will include clubs, baseball bats, and the steel club. Skull Crusher is your sledgehammers, literally just sledgehammers. Brawler is pretty much like fisticuffs. You fight with your hands, you punch the zombies. Machine Gunner would be like assault rifles and machine guns. Archery. Archery is, well, self explanatory. That does cover bows and crossbows. Gunslinger. Gunslinger is for your handguns. Deep cuts is for bladed weapons, which would be like your bone knife, your hunting knife, and your machete. And then you do have your that's your stun baton, and this one is a little bit later after you unlocked it in intellect, I believe it is. But you that's for your actual robotics turrets that you can make, your jump turrets, your sledge turrets. All right, so along with pretty much your sexual Tyrannosaurus and a 1 point into a weapon. Another one that is a common one would be Miner 69er. It basically makes it so that way your tools work more efficiently and you gain more resources. In the health one, you do have a lot that you could easily put 1 point into and it would help out a lot. One would be pain tolerance, healing factor, and then actually I like cardio a lot. Okay, so under the agility, the run and gun is actually is very helpful, especially right now. Current beginning game, most likely you're gonna get a pipe gun. You're either gonna find one or you're going to uh, craft one if you choose to. Now, running gun makes it so that way when you're reloading, you can actually move around a lot easier. So it actually says it in there. Helps out with hip fire, improve hip fire accuracy, and run faster while reloading any ranged weapon. Okay, then let's see what else other ones would you want to put something into. Advanced engineering is what a lot of people are going to go into, so that way you can craft a forge. You can craft your workbench and then all of your other workstations as well. Better Barter, the Daring Adventure, these two are with the trader. They actually assist you with the trader in getting more rewards and better loot choices from them. Flurry of Blows is actually very helpful when you're using one-handed melee weapons. So this does include certain things governed by Miner 69er, but it does cover your baseball bat, your club, and your steel club as well. Helps out a lot with your stamina. A lot of people might forget about Flurry of Blows. Parkour, you can pretty much jump on a roof of a single story house. Hidden Strike. These are if you're doing to do a stealth. These are a must for stealth right here. I am not a stealth build. I am not a stealth player. It's not for me. So cardio Iron Gut. Iron Gut basically helps you out from dysentery and also helps with the gain that you get from your food. It makes food more efficient. Healing Factor. Healing Factor is great, but you do have to have food and water. You always will have to eat, and you will always have to drink. Living off of the land is pretty much you gather more crops using your hands, right? Now, farming is kind of somewhat broken in the game. It's not suggested to put 1 point in until you can go all the way into it. So it will take a level 5 fortitude in order to get level 3 farmer. If you get level 3 farmer, then farming becomes beneficial as long as you're doing it on a large scale. If you're only going to plant 5 or 10 of one kind, it's not considered large scale. You would need to go a lot higher, up into the 30 and 40 plots of each various whatever you're planting. Then it will become more beneficial. Well insulated basically makes you more resistant to the hot and cold temperatures because it does get cold in the snow biome as well as nighttime. It's extremely hot in the desert, and it does get fairly hot and cold in the wasteland biome. The Huntsman actually helps you when you do kill an animal. It helps you gain more from harvesting that animal. You get more meat, more hide, more bones. You get more testosterone from the bears. It also does help out when it comes to harvesting dead or zombie animals as well. Okay. Mother Lode increases what you actually get when you're mining dirt or metal, nitrate, etc. It'll help increase the amount that you get. Again, Miner 69er pretty much covers all of your hand tools and makes them work better. As you go down the tree, you can also unlock the ability to craft higher level ones. Master Chef allows you to cook various different forms of food at higher levels. Some of them give you a serious amount of health with some perks, and then the other ones are pretty much just average food. Pack Mule. Pack Mule is very helpful. However, it is not recommended for early game when you consider how many points that you can put into Pack Mule before you actually have to level up strength. You can find pocket mods, single, double, triple pocket mods, install them on your armor, and it will actually open up backpack slots a lot easier when you upgrade armor. Just don't forget to switch those pocket mods over. Um, but once you've established, some points into your skill tree, unlocking Pack Mule is not a bad idea. There is also a Night Stalker book that will unlock it, so that way at nighttime you are never encumbered. Heavy armor. Heavy armor basically helps your character with the heavy armor. It mitigates the weight. And if you just load up on heavy armor without putting into it, you are kind of, a sitting duck in a way. It makes it a lot better, and it also improves your durability, as you can see. Let's see. What else? Sexual Tyrannosaurus. We already covered that. That's what you really want to focus into. Being able just to have stamina. Okay, Salvage Operations is one of my favorite. That is, you can see I got a wrench in my hand right now. If you tear apart a car, any kind of electronics, vehicles, what else? Anything, anything that you can wrench apart, certain desk chairs, desks, computers, anything that you can wrench apart, salvage operations is going to help you actually get more parts out of it. You're going to get a lot more resources. So if you're scrapping the transformers, or you're scrapping the street lights that you can see right there in my crosshair, if you scrap that street light, you can actually get some, I believe it's forged iron from that. So the more points you put into it, the better your chances of getting that iron in a higher number. Okay, so treasure hunter. Treasure hunter, it basically, when you get a very treasure quest supply, it reduces the circle, and you also get more items in the actual loot when you find it. Okay, let's see, lucky looter. Lucky looter is a good one, but again, it's not something that you want to in the beginning of the game. You do want to have your loot stage up a little higher before you start putting points into it, because the bonuses that you get are not really beneficial. So about time you get around to like level 20 and beyond, throwing a random point into it is not a bad idea. Penetrator. So this is for the AP armor, or I'm sorry, the AP bullets, the armor piercing bullets. Basically, it makes the bullets better the farther you go down. As you can see right here, up to 1,000 hit points when using a hunting lever action or sniper rifles. The Infiltrator. Heightened senses, take less damage from traps. Lockpicking. This one is going to be key unless you have an auger, or you like to sit at a lockbox for hours on end. Not just exaggerating, but if you want to sit there for about 5 to 10 minutes just to bust into a safe for randomly, who knows what kind of loot. Lockpicking, being able to pick a lock, and it actually like lessens the chance of breaking the lockpick. Very awesome, very awesome right there. That's pretty much most of the perks. Okay, so personally for me right now, I'm going to go ahead and put one into Sexual Tyrannosaurus. I am going to put one extra point into Strength right off of the rip. I'm going to go into Roughneck, and then, where's it at? There we go. I'm going to go one into Salvage Operations, because I already have this level 2 wrench. And if I go up to this car right here and start scrapping on it, I should actually get some good product out of this vehicle. Might even be able to score an engine. If I can get an engine, that's I think $250. Mechanical parts, electrical parts are all great. As you can see though, I'm already running out of stamina. Now you can do a heavy attack when you do have the wrenches. Well, it does not hurt your yield when it comes to harvesting. The only thing it hurts is your overall stamina usage. That would be your heavy attack right there. And you can see I actually got some fairly decent stuff out of the vehicle. And we do have, I think, one more right here. And there's one way down to my right. So if I let my stamina rebuild up all the way. Alright, there's another car down. Basically just got more of the same stuff, and then we got a headlight. There is another car down over there. Don't really feel like going that whole way right now. But you can see how you do get more items out of when you recycle. I call it recycling because you're breaking it down and then you're going to end up using it for other stuff, which is basically recycling, right? So, if you do notice on my HUD, there's a icon right there, and that is the actual quest. So it does mark your quest, and you can remove it as well, just in case you were wondering. All right, well, that does it for this one, and I will see you in the next one.